Justine says Pellman Inc. settled the lawsuit out of court by paying $1 million. That Pellman settled instead of going to trial indicates their corporate leaders expected to lose in court. So Justine's pretty much saying that since they paid this $1 million, that shows that they thought they would lose if they go to court. Cool.
So Simon said it's unclear whether Pellman's leaders expected to lose in court, but I think they expected that whether they won or lost the case, the legal fees involved in going to trial would have been more costly than the settlement. So settling the lawsuit seemed the most cost-effective solution.
Okay. So if we want to try this, let's remind what Justine said and go ahead and start with A and tell me, would Justine say yes, no, or do we not know to A?
Okay. If the lawsuit against Pellman had gone to trial, she, I would say, well, I wanted to say no because, well, no, I guess she'd say yes.
Would she say yes, or do we not know?
See, yeah, I don't want to second guess myself. My initial thought was we don't know because her thought was just like, her idea was just like that it indicates that their corporate leaders expected to lose in court, but that doesn't mean that she's saying that like they
likely they would have lost. Excellent. Yeah. So we get to cross this one off without even considering Simon. Like we don't know what she would think, so we get to cross it off.
Okay.
All right, so what about B?
Pellman's corporate leaders were able to accurately estimate their chances of winning in court. That's hard because it says they expected to lose, but we don't know. But the word accurately is kind of killing me a little bit. I don't know, like saying that they were able to accurately estimate their chances of winning.
Yeah, we don't know that. Like she's just saying what happened.
Yeah, she's just saying like
she has no idea if it's accurate or not.
Yeah.
So we get like this is nice that we get to cross two off without even.
See, if Pellman's legal fees for going to trial would have been more costly than the settlement, then settling the lawsuit was the most cost-effective solution for the corporation. She doesn't even talk about the legal fees. Or like about the...
Yeah, if Pellman's legal fees for going to trial would have been more costly than the settlement.
I mean...
Settling the lawsuit. Yeah, I would have, and if anything, if the legal fees for going to trial would have been more costly.
We don't know what her opinion
is. If anything, which she would say like maybe yes, but like because they did because clearly but I think it's more so they thought they were going to lose is why they settled. So yeah, I don't like C.
D, if Pellman's corporate leaders had expected that the legal fees for going to trial would have been less costly than the settlement, they would have taken the lawsuit to trial. Well, for her, it's an I don't know because she didn't talk about
Yeah, we once again, so literally 4 of these we get to cross off. I really hope E's our answer.
It is our answer, but I picked D.
Yeah, we don't know if they would have gone or not because that really comes from their justification where she's saying they didn't go to court because they knew they thought they were going to lose. It had nothing to do with legal fees. And that's why I love doing this approach is because sometimes like we overlap what they're saying on like kind of passive, like legal fees, like what is their reasoning? It's really easy when we're considering both of them to think they both have an opinion, but really Justine stands alone in her thoughts. We do get to assume that Simon is replying to Justine, but Justine stands on her own. That sounds really simple, but it actually makes a huge difference when it comes to looking at answer choices.
Yeah, okay. And I picked, see, the way that Test Masters had me do it was like by each question you go through, kind of a similar thing that you were saying, like you'd say, does this person say yes, no, or I don't know, but you'd be comparing both people at the
Yeah,
same
I
time.
think that's more
That's
confusing.
confusing. That's
Like,
what I think happened. Yeah.
I think if you get down to two and you like really can't decide or something, like you can think about both of them at the same time. But I think it's way easier to go through with the first person first.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, whenever you read it, it's like, could I see this being the right answer? So E, if Pellman's corporate leaders had expected to win in court, they would not have settled. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like would she say yes or no to that? Like, yeah, I would say that they would, she would say, like, yeah, they would go to court. And Pellman or and Simon, like if they would have expected to win, does he think they would have gone to court? No, because it would have cost, like going to court and winning still would have cost more than just settling,
Yeah.
which is what people do all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's unfortunate, like for a lot of people, they get scammed out of money because it's cheaper just to settle than go to court.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why it's E.
That makes sense.